Welcome to What the Tech, the show where we cut right through the hype to bring you news that you can actually use. And today, oh man, we're diving into a story that honestly sounds like it's from a sci-fi movie, but it is 100% real. Okay, let's get into it. So, here's the big question. Why on earth did a judge threaten Mark Zuckerberg's team with contempt of court? It sounds like a crazy headline, right? But this really happened, right in a Los Angeles courtroom. The story kicks off with the Meta CEO, Zuck himself, in the middle of this huge trial about how social media affects kids. But the real story, the part that got everyone talking, wasn't what he said on the stand. It was what his team decided to wear. Yeah, you heard that right. The drama wasn't about the testimony, it was about eyewear. A simple fashion choice turned into what one journalist on the scene called an extraordinary misstep, and it brought the entire courtroom to a dead stop. So here is exactly how it went down. Zuckerberg and his team walk into the courthouse, and right away, at least two of them are seen wearing these Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses, the ones with cameras built in. While the judge, Carolyn Kuhl, she did not miss a thing. She immediately stopped the proceedings, ordered them to take the glasses off, and gave them this incredibly stern warning. You delete anything you might have recorded, or you will face contempt of court. And look, this wasn't some quiet little suggestion whispered on the side. This was a swift, a public, and a very severe takedown. It was this fascinating, real-world collision of always-on, futuristic tech and the very old-school, very controlled world of the law. Technology journalist Jacob Ward was there, and he reported this exact quote. It just shows you how tense that moment really was. The word upbraided says it all. This wasn't just a reminder of the rules. This was a public dressing down in a super high-stakes environment. And, the judge's reaction wasn't because of some brand new rule she just made up for smart glasses. Nope. The Meta team that walked right into a very long-standing, very strict policy. For decades, cameras and recording devices have been completely banned in this court, and for some really good reasons. So why such an intense reaction? Why is this one rule so incredibly important? Well, it all comes down to this fundamental conflict between what wearable tech is designed to do and what the entire justice system is trying to accomplish. This right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the problem. On one hand, you've got wearable tech that's built for one thing, to seamlessly capture everything, everywhere, from your point of view. But on the other hand, you have the courtroom, an environment that is totally dependent on protecting privacy and maintaining absolute control over what is seen and heard. They are just fundamentally at odds with each other. These rules aren't just for show. They are absolutely crucial. They're in place to protect jurors from being identified, maybe even harassed later. They make sure witnesses aren't being influenced by knowing their testimony is being blasted out to the world, and they maintain the security and integrity of the whole trial. A pair of smart glasses, even if you don't mean to cause trouble, could violate every single one of those principles. Okay, so let's get a little more specific. What can this technology really do, and why does it pose such a special kind of threat in a place like a courtroom? Just look at the power that is packed into what looks like a normal pair of glasses. For a few $100, you're getting a high-res camera, you're getting point-of-view video recording, and you're getting integrated AI. It's an incredibly powerful data collection tool that's disguised as a fashion accessory. And that right there is exactly what makes it so risky in a secure environment. Hey, just gonna pause for a second. If you're finding this explainer helpful and you're getting some value out of it, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to What the Tech, and maybe drop a line in the comments to let us know what you think. It really does help us keep making stuff like this for you. The risk here, it goes way deeper than just someone snapping a forbidden photo or a quick video. The real danger lies in what you can do with that visual information once you have it. And this is the most critical point of all. The judge specifically warned about using facial recognition to identify jurors. See, the fear isn't just that a juror's face could be recorded, it's that the picture could then be run through some powerful software to find out who they are, where they live, maybe even who their family is. That's a security and privacy nightmare. And it doesn't stop there. Even if the camera isn't actively recording, the device itself can be logging metadata. Data about data. Things like exact timestamps, the GPS coordinates of the courthouse, unique device IDs. In a legal situation, all of that information can be incredibly sensitive and potentially discoverable evidence. So what can we all take away from this? What are the lessons here? Whether we're just regular people, team managers, or maybe even the folks who are creating this technology. This is that news you can use part. Okay, for you, for all of us, the takeaway is pretty simple. If you ever find yourself in a sensitive place like a courtroom, just be hyper aware of your devices. The absolute safest bet is to leave any wearables with a camera at home, or at the very least, have them powered completely off and zipped up in your bag. Always assume recording is forbidden. Now, if you manage a team, this whole incident is a textbook example of why you need a crystal clear policy. Before you send anyone into a restricted environment, have a checklist. Are all the cameras disabled? Are all wearables put away? Documenting this stuff can save you from a massive legal and PR headache, just like the one Meta had. And finally, for the tech companies out there actually building these devices, there is a huge responsibility here. The design needs to make it painfully obvious to everyone when a device is recording, and there has to be clear guidance for users that helps them understand the rules and avoid accidentally breaking the law. At the end of the day, this courtroom drama is about so much more than just a pair of glasses. It is a perfect snapshot of this moment in time that we're living in, where the power of consumer tech to record anything, anywhere, is just slamming headfirst into legal and social rules that were created long before a camera could ever fit on your face. And all of this leaves us with one last, pretty crucial question. As our technology becomes more and more invisible, who's responsible for seeing the rules? Is it the person wearing the tech? Is it the company that made it? Or is it the places where we're using it? It's definitely something to think about because this kind of problem is only going to get bigger.